Good morning, people in the south, and good day, my people in the east. Good afternoon, my lovely friends in the west, and our fellow entrepreneurs in the north. Good evening. How you guys doing? Welcome back again. We are rolling now. We are rolling with it. There's something called faith, and I have found a definition of faith. I think I said this before somewhere in one of the episodes. I found the definition of faith, which is an ability to see the invisible and believe in the impossible and trust in the unknown. That's the definition of faith. So whether it's religiously or otherwise, we can still use it in the entrepreneurship space because we need a lot of it in this space. So this with that being said, in line with faith, there's something also called sacrifice. Today I want to touch base and double click on sacrifice for the purpose of understanding sacrifice in entrepreneurship. It's something that it's seen as an option. And let me tell you, sacrifice is not an option in entrepreneurship. It's a necessity. It's a must. One way or the other, you have to learn to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice something. So in today's context, the sacrifice that I'm going to talk about will mostly be around time, sacrificing your time, investing in your time, sacrificing the energy that you are channeling into things that are not adding value into your entrepreneurship journey. That still cascades down to time, So how do we know it's time to sacrifice? How do you tell as an entrepreneur that now it's time to pull the sacrifice lever? Now it's time to launch my sacrifice abilities, or whatever they call it, whatever the case may be. When do you know that this is the time to start sacrificing something? So I think it's important for us to understand that if you believe in something, you've got to have to sacrifice for it. Most importantly, as an entrepreneur, you need to sacrifice time into that something, because nothing that you're going to build, it's going to be built in a snap of a finger. Nothing that you're going to build, it's going to be easy. So you need a lot of sacrifice in terms of time, and invest that time that you sacrifice into that particular thing that you believe in, because you have faith that is defined as something that enables you to believe in the impossible. Let me give further more context. I'm building a system that nobody knows about. I'm building a system that once people start to know about, everyone is gonna need or is gonna develop an interest to want to be part of the system and want to utilize the system. Let me just say, for the context of this discussion, I have a belief into this thing. It's something that I see, which many people could not see or can't see. It's something that I believe, which many people think it's impossible. And I trust that this thing that is not yet known, which is the unknown, it's going to come into reality. That is faith. So you cannot just believe, or you cannot just trust in the faith that you have into building things. You got to sacrifice your time and invest that time that you sacrificed into. What is the meaning of sacrifice? When you said you have sacrificed something, that's when you have taken something that was not, that did not belong here. You took it somewhere and put it here. This thing was not supposed to be here, was not supposed to come and fit here. But you took it somewhere, you go and fetched it somewhere, and then brought it here. You sacrificed it from that to here. I hope that makes sense. So sacrificing your time means this time that you're sacrificing was supposed to be given to something else, was supposed to be invested into something else. Maybe it's your family time. Maybe it's your children's time. Maybe it's your partner's time. Maybe it's your friend's time. Maybe it's the time that you use to, what do they call this thing where they sit and do this thing where they meditate. Yeah. Maybe it's time that you use to meditate, where you just sit and say, oh, and do nothing. And then apparently things fall into place when you do that. Oh. So you've sacrificed time to do that and took that time to invest into something that you see that nobody sees, into something that you believe in, which somebody thinks is impossible, into something that nobody knows. And you are the only one that knows that this thing will be known. But you also don't know it, That's faith. So investing that time into that thing, that is a sacrifice. So you deprive yourself so many for this thing to come to life. That's a sacrifice. So how many of you are sacrificing into your entrepreneurship journey? How many of you are able to sacrifice the things that you like? Some entrepreneurs enjoy going out, meeting friends at nice places and have a drink or two and so on. And how many of you have sacrificed that time away from your friends to invest into this thing? Let me tell you, you need to, if you do not see a sacrifice as an important factor of the success of your journey, whether you have faith or not, that faith is not going to work. You can believe in the impossible however you want to. It will remain the impossible because you're not sacrificing something. Take an example with a sportsman, an athlete. An athlete who plays soccer. They put in work. Putting in work, it means they sacrifice time of things that they were supposed to be doing. Their family time, friends time, and everything else. Leisure time and stuff like that. They put in work into training because they want to achieve a certain level of greatness. So if there is no sacrifice in whatever that you do, in this context I'm talking in relation to entrepreneurship, there is nothing that is going to come to life. There's nothing that is going to be possible. There's nothing that you're going to achieve because you are not sacrificing anything into this thing. You are not putting in any investment in terms of time. Most importantly today, because I'm talking about sacrificing your time into this thing. Let me also give you an example with myself. I like doing that because it's things that I do, it's things that I know. I can't talk on behalf of someone else. Else I'm going to have to research more about what they do on daily and stuff like that. So it will be easier for me to talk about myself in terms of sacrifices that I make. So on daily basis, Monday to Monday, Doesn't matter whether it's a weekend or not. On daily basis, I make sure that I invest time into one of my projects. So on a week, you have 7 days. I've got a couple of projects that I'm running. These projects are not 7, so they are less than 7. They are actually 3. So actually it's 4 projects. So the 4th one, it's already reached implementation stage, so it's kind of working. So I put one project here, one here, one here, one there. On this day, when I check my daily schedule, the project will pop and say, give me time, attend to me. I know how much time I'm giving to the project. Whether there's work to do or not, if there's nothing to do, I will put work into the things that needs to be done in the future for that project. If there's research that needs to be done, I'll sit and do research on that project. A day will not come and go with the project that popped on my face, on my screen, without me doing anything about it, unless otherwise. I will have to put in time, I will have to invest a little bit of time into it. Think about it, if I put in an hour every time it pops, it means in a year I've put in so much hours into the project. And that's what's going to give you progress into your project, into the work that you do, irrespective of what product or service are you planning to bring into your customers. Put in work, invest the hours, and sacrifice something, most importantly your time, because most of the time we waste the time that we've been given with things that are not going to contribute into what we do on daily, things that we're aiming to build as entrepreneurs. We've been given a lot of time. We've been given a plenty of time. I mean, 24 hours, it's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. I've tried 24 hours and I couldn't finish all of it. I tried to consume 24 hours. I tried from the first hour to the 24th hour to consume all of it, focusing on things that needs the time. I could not consume all of it. I couldn't finish it. It's too much, way too much. Out of 24 hours, you need about 8 to sleep. How much are you left with? It's a lot. It's a lot. You're still left with 16. What are you going to do with 16 hours? Out of 16, you invest 6 into your work. You're still left with 10. Okay, let me say out of 16, you invest 8 into your work. You're left with 8. What are you going to do with 8 hours? You've done your work. You have slept. That means you don't have fatigue when you do your work. You have rested enough. 8 hours it's a very long time to sleep. Mostly we don't sleep 8 hours. Let's tell the truth. You do not sleep 8 hours unless if you're sick or you're drunk. You can't sleep 8 hours. It's too long. Human beings don't sleep that long. Even babies don't sleep that long. It's too long for a sleep. Animals are worse. They sleep about 1 hour, 2 hours, they're done. It's enough. Our body are built in a very fascinating way. So you are left with 8 hours. What do we do with this 8? You can't finish it. It's too much. So the creator of all these things knew what they were doing. They knew that if they give us 8 hours a day, we're going to complain. The 8 hours is not enough. They gave us 24. 24. Ladies and gentlemen, I've tried. I've put this to test. It did not work. I could not finish the 24 hours. So I was left with 8. You're left with 8. What do you do with 8 hours? Then you start going out to see friends. That's the time that I'm talking about. Take that time and invest it into your sacrifice. Your sacrifice, or the project that you want to work on, the project that you want to bring about, the innovation that you're building. Invest that time into those things and sacrifice that time from all those things that you're going to do. That's what I mean. So there's plenty that we were given and we cannot finish all of it. Instead, we play with it. we play with it, which we're not supposed to. We're supposed to devote our times accordingly, in line with what we do, so that we use it we will maximize this time that we are given. We optimize this time into things that are going to give something back, in return. So I've also noticed that this starts from a young age, starts from a very young age. If you don't teach your kids how to devote their 24 hours, like you were not taught, mostly we are entrepreneurs who are lacking a lot of discipline. We were not taught how to devote our times. Fortunately and luckily, I was taught around my 20s. I was taught by a guy I met when I first started working in corporate. His name was Franz. He taught me how to devote your time, how to maximize on your time, how to optimize on your time. Instead of using an hour into this recording, you can optimize the information that you're going to share and still share the same information that you wanted to share in an hour, share it in 30 minutes. And this is how you optimize. He taught me a lot of those skills. It's one of the soft skills that I have, and there's not many people who are able to have such skills. I know because I do this every day. I'm able to optimize my time. I can do a lot of things in one day, and that tends you to look like you're a workaholic, which you are not, because when you look back for the day, you realize you've done so much, but you don't even feel tired because you know how to maximize and optimize your time. This is very important for entrepreneurship. This is very important for innovation. If you're building systems, if you're building, you're developing ideas and coming up with innovations that are gonna be embraced by customers and become one of the biggest disruptive innovations in the world, you need to know how to optimize your time. You need to know how to maximize your time that you're given. Do not forget to sacrifice. There's the richest man in the world who tops everyone, who's building systems, who's sending spacecraft out of this world, who's building robots, who's building electric cars. That guy sacrifices a lot of his time, his family time. He sleeps at one of his factories sometimes because he wants to spend time investing into what he believes in. You cannot do it without sacrifice. So we need to be disciplined and learn how to maximize and optimize on our time. Very important as entrepreneurs. If we get this out of the way, then we're done. Everything else that comes is just going to be hard work. The day you see someone who succeeds in doing what they do, go back and retrospect. You will definitely find that you are not doing even 1% of what the guy who's succeeding is doing. If I show you the work that I do in one day, in 8 hours, you will think I've done that work in a week, in 5 days. Just 8 hours work. The amount of work that I do in 8 hours. So you need to make sure that this information, this approach, this attitude, it's taught to young ones. The young ones at the younger age are able to absorb quicker, and it stays with them. It grows in them. They won't have to battle and deal with discipline issues later in their lives, because you have taught them how to maximize, how to optimize, and how to sacrifice. Very important. We take this life as a one size fits all. We take this life as a common standard or a general standard that no, if he can do it, I can also do it. No, it doesn't work like that. They lied to us. If he can do it, you can't do it because you don't know how he does it. We are all human beings. We breathe the same oxygen. We work within the same 24 hours. But yet there's a guy who's topping everyone. The richest guy in the entire globe. He can do it, but you can't. Why? Because there's something that he does that you don't do. There's something that he sacrifices that you don't. There's work that he put in that you don't. So we need to teach this to the young ones. Let them grow with this. Let them understand how important this is. I guarantee you, you would have brought up men and women who understand why they're here. Because you're not here to waste. Have you felt guilty and pain of wasting your 24 hours? When you look back into your last 24 hours and realize I've done nothing, all I did was sleep and sleep again. I have done nothing. Have you felt guilty and pain of that? Because I do. If I sleep and sleep again, and I look back at my last 24 hours, which is 3 days, and I realize I've done nothing but sleep, I become sick. I will make sure that I pay for those 3 days, because that's not who I am. I was not built like that. Somebody built me, and they built me in such a way that it grows in me. We need to take that down to the younger ones. As the leaders of the families, as the parents, as the guardians, as the pastors of the churches, as the teachers in school, as the managers at work, as the lecturers in universities and colleges. Teach your students, teach your kids, teach your fellow whatever the case may be. Teach them how important this is. Because we are not going to build anything if we don't know how to sacrifice, especially time. Because time is flexible. If you don't sacrifice it, it will allow you to use it for anything that you want to use it for. If you won't say, no, I don't want to, no, it will just let you. And then we find a way to dodge that through, and then we say, no, God said. We start to look for biblical quotes that allows us to rest and waste time, and use those quotes to support what we're doing, our actions. It is wrong. If you really want to build men and women who are going to be responsible and who are going to be innovators of note, who are going to understand why they're here, start now and make sure that they understand how important this is. There's no way that you will fail in entrepreneurship if you know how to sacrifice and invest your time, maximize and optimize your time. Simple as that. Therefore, students, especially the girl child, who are students, learners, students, you also need to, because our channel is open for everyone. Anyone can watch our content. It's not limited to age per se, because it builds. We are building. We are sharing information that we all need from a primary school level. So the girl child who are studying from any level of education, from primary or basic level to the tertiary level, you need to understand this, and on daily basis orientate yourselves around the business space. Understand how businesses are run, irrespective of or regardless of what type of business, whether it's in China, whether it's in South Africa, whether it's in wherever. Learn how businesses are done, learn how businesses are run, learn how businesses are being conducted. Orientate yourselves around these things, because you're going to need this information. You're going to need that orientation when you're done with your studies. Else, you're going to depend on boyfriends for a living. You're going to depend on your boyfriend for a living. Later becomes your husband, you're going to depend on them for a living. And then the day he decides to part ways with you, you have no skill, you have no orientations in business, you know nothing about anything, and you become depressed. That's the problem that many countries are sitting with. Especially the future that we are supposed to invest in, which is young people. They are in the dark, they don't understand where they are, they don't understand what's happening around them. Everything to them, it's about dancing. I'm not sure about other countries, but South Africa, guys, I see a lot of issues ahead. And I'm not sure if our government in South Africa is aware of this. There is no business orientation in the future that we are hoping for, which is young people. There's no business orientation. That's why we're all stuck with unemployment, because we have no plan. We don't know where to go. Do you think it's the first time the country experiences a group of young people? No, it's not. Why were other young people able to acquire some employment one way or the other? You can't tell me the economy was bad or was better. No. You can't tell me the economy is bad now, it was better then. No. There is no business orientation. They are not orientated. The standard was the same. Go to school, pass with flying colors, register at the university. Once you registered, you go study. If you can't get any space to be admitted in any university institution or any higher learning institution, you come back home, you sit and do nothing. Then we're sitting with those problems, then we don't know what to tell them. There must be something that is done. There must be something. So to avoid this, let us start from those that are going into the kindergarten this year, this month, this January month of 2026. Start with them. Play this video for them in the class. Let them watch for 30 minutes. Don't tell them anything. Just play the video and let them watch for 30 minutes. One or two are going to pick up something. Repeat the same thing next day. 4 or 8 are going to pick up something. Repeat. 10 or 15 are going to pick up something. Think about the impact you're going to have as a teacher in the 5-year period that they're there in the school. It's a huge impact that you're going to make into their lives. How do you feel as a teacher now, realizing that many of students that you taught, or only 2% of the students that you've taught and passed, that you've acquired 100% pass rate, are now at home doing nothing? How do you feel? It must be painful for you. You worked very hard for nothing because they're sitting at home. The following year still, they're sitting at home. Some start to go and look for jobs in retail. They start working in retail, and then they go by the name of, I'm taking a gap year. There's no such. Either you don't have employment or you didn't get space at the university. Do you think this backlog of spaces at the universities is going to be resolved? No, nothing is going to resolve it. Because every year we add on. Nothing is going to resolve it until we instill this orientation in their heads, in our heads. We lead with examples. There are so many things we can do, ladies and gentlemen. It's like we hear by mistake. It's like we are in a cage. It's like we are in a huge cage and we don't know what to do. We're waiting for someone to bring food in the morning and in the evening. We've been caged by God or something. No, so much we can do. Start by sacrificing your time. Do things that are meaningful and grow yourself. Start innovating, build things, build services, build systems, This is the only way, ladies and gentlemen. Entrepreneurship is the only way. This is how people survived in the olden days. We shouldn't be surprised how people survive the worst economies in the olden days, and we can't survive the best economies in today's days. It's always puzzling me. So it's one of those things that I will. It's good that I'm studying a year. I'm studying the chain of episodes that I'm still going to make after this with this note, because I want my viewers to understand where we come from, where we are, and where we're going. Where I come from, where I am, and where I'm going, so that you understand that I had seen things that no one could see. I'm seeing things that no one can see. I'm building things that no one knows, because I trust in the unknown. I have faith. I see the invisible. You can't see because I don't tell you. You can't see because it's not yours. You will see it the day I open it for the public to see. Then you start seeing. When you ask who owns this, no one will tell you who owns whatever that you'll be seeing. No one will know, because we do not have it here that any one of our kind can build something of that magnitude. So let's start exercising on the things that we the talents that we were given, the talents that we were born with, the talents that whoever Almighty, the Creator who created us, have given us. Exercise everything that your organic intellectualism tells you. Bring all your ideas and thoughts to life. Start something that is tangible. Show courage. Believe in yourself. And start working on your faith. I guarantee you, you're not going to come back. You're not going to come back skewed. You're going to come back straight and clean. You're going to start seeing progress in your life. So we need that sacrifice mentality. We need to be conscious of the mentality that we are on or in, and we need to be able to acknowledge that so that we can change it. That is the only way that is going to help us, ladies and gentlemen. So being innovative and coming up with innovative ideas, coming up with ideas that are not known by anyone, is the better way to start. Is the way to start. It's where you should be starting. The moment you go in public and start making noise about things that you're doing, it means you are done. You are now commercializing. If you haven't even started developing, you can't be. We need to have that mentality, Work on your time, work on your sacrifices, work on your time optimization, work on your daily schedules. Build yourself towards these things. Lastly, before I go, let's go visit disruptafrica.com. Disruptafrica.com. There's support programs that have been loaded there. I've seen a couple more that are newly loaded. Go check them out. Whatever business, whatever service, whatever product that you're building, they are there to support you. Go and check the ones that you qualify, the ones that are most suitable for your innovation to be supported, and for your innovation to see light of day. Go and apply. And next week I'll be sharing, because I've seen many others that are available. I'll be sharing others and so on and so forth. And let's start. The year has started. We are on the 14th day now of the new year. Let's push that to a level where when the year is on its 200th day, you have applied for 200 support programs. That's what I do. I can't tell you something that I don't do. I can't share something that I encourage you guys to do without me doing it. That's what I do. We are on the 14th day today. We should be all sitting on 14 support programs that we have applied for, which are there to enhance and grow your business. Don't forget to subscribe. There will be a pop-up here. You click on the pop-up and subscribe to this channel. And I will see you again next week.